Welcome to the Raider Log, episode 1, Orange Park High School podcast. Host Tyler Dehart.
Coach Josh Zuri, I'm the quarterback coach.
Coach Landon Talley.
Quarterback Gabe Taylor.
All right, so Gabe, as a sophomore, upcoming junior, what are you looking forward to most for the spring, summer, fall of this upcoming season?
Just looking forward to improving every day at spring practice, going into summer workouts, and then ultimately fall practices next season. I'm just ready to play with the seniors coming up and, just have fun with them and continue to get better every day.
Okay, all right. So, Coach Josh, what about you? What are you looking forward to most?
Oh man, just the growth of the kids. I feel like we started off pretty good last year. I feel like we can finish off. If we were able to finish, at least get in the playoffs, I think we'll be able to do it this year. I'm excited for that.
Coach Landon Talley.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of Coach Josh, is basically watching the growth of the players. Going into this past year, we had high hopes. We came up short, but we seen the growth. So we want to continue to build on that.
Good. All right. So as far as us all being alumni, us three, and then obviously Gabe, future alumni, what would you say your favorite moment so far as a Raider is?
My favorite moment was last season against Episcopal. It was my first win as a varsity starter, varsity quarterback. I think it was like week 2. We played Episcopal at Episcopal. I had a really good game, and I ended up getting Athlete of the Week that week. So it's probably my best memory, my first win as a varsity quarterback.
Reasonable. Coach Josh, what do you think?
Oh man, well, my senior year we finished off the three-peat of the district championship, so it's a huge part to be part of that.
Understandable. Hasn't been done since, so it's tough to argue with that one. What about you, Landon?
I would say my senior year playing up against Bartram Trail. That was probably one of my biggest games that I had playing quarterback, even though I didn't want to play quarterback. But, hey, it is what it is. Had to make things work.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's an offensive lineman. Not most of my games were very memorable, but I would lean towards my senior year. We played Pedro Menendez and trying to figure out who was going to the playoffs for a district game, and we ended up losing 50-49. But it was a tough game, so it's probably one of my favorites. I would lean more towards. What about Orange Park High School? Or do you find the most attractive as a student or a student athlete? What pulls you towards Orange Park High School?
Probably the culture. The players, the coaches, players are bought into what the coaches are doing. If you mess up, if you make a mistake, the players are right behind you to pick you up. So I think the culture, specifically in the football program, is a big part. To have a successful team, you got to have a good culture, and I think that's something that Orange Park definitely has.
I 100% agree with you through that.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of that. I feel like Coach Wim and Coach Colby, they come from a good place. Just the way how they're able to work with everybody, every coach, everybody's schedule, make everything happen, and it's a very welcoming as an incoming coach for sure.
For sure. What about you, Landon?
Just the simple fact that we're able to turn around things. This school, since Josh played off that three-peat, we have not been able to build from that. So now that we set this standard for these kids, things are starting to look up.
Yeah, and I think definitely with next year coming along, the growth that we showed as a coaching staff is huge as well. I know the growth in the kids are big, but the growth in the coaching staff is definitely big. And then you coming and other coaches coming along well, I feel like it's going to help everybody out.
Yeah, I think you can definitely see a progression from year 1, year 2, and now going into year 3 of Coach Wim and Coach Kobe being here is we've definitely taken major steps, and I'm glad to be back and be part of it and back in the building. So as far as NFL teams, you're probably a Jags fan, right?
Jags fan all day.
Jags fan. Landon, I know you deal with the sorry Cowboys every year.
Hey, chill.
Is this your year, Coach?
No.
Every year is their year.
Every year.
So who would you say you kind of inspired your game after, or maybe look up to as a quarterback?
Well, as a Jags fan, Trevor Lawrence is my favorite quarterback. But another quarterback I like watching is Brock Purdy. Just the way that, I feel like he was doubted being Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft, and then he came back and he, played well. He got a lot of hate for it because he has a super talented team, but he came in, he executes well, and he made it to the Super Bowl after becoming after being Mr. Irrelevant. So I think that's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough to argue that he's not one of the top at least 10 quarterbacks in the league, even though he's surrounded by a pretty solid roster, I would say.
Right.
As far as the upcoming NFL season, what do we think outlooks-wise? What do we think's going to happen?
Jaguars are winning the Super Bowl.
Or even talking about the draft, if you have a prediction for who the Jags draft this upcoming year.
Ooh, that's a great one.
I don't know, Coach Josh, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I feel like they're going to go offensive line again. But I would love to see Trayvon slide inside and us get another edge rusher. I'd love to see that.
Any edge rushers you prefer off the top of your head?
There's so many out there, man.
I agree.
It's
The D-line class this year is crazy. You saw the combine?
it's deep.
Yes.
It's deep.
You got the guy from Penn State, I think, ran like
Moving.
a 4.45,
4.49,
4.49 or something like
He's
that.
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even Florida State, I think, produced some pretty big guys. And so we'll see. What about you, Landon?
Man,
Y'all could use help everywhere. So what do you think, man?
I think we're gonna go receiver.
Receiver.
I think Cowboys gonna go receiver this year. It's either that or middle linebacker.
Okay.
That's something that we've been missing, like someone to complement CD, but then on the defensive side, we don't have nobody in the middle.
Okay.
So it's like
Any receiver you like more than others?
right
Realistically, obviously.
now, right now, just to be realistic, I could see Keon Coleman from Florida State hitting us. I could see the kid from Oregon,
Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
I could see him hitting us. So
What pick do y'all have? Like
24.
24? Yeah, to have to slide. Because I know I saw Marv didn't show up to some sort of interview or something. So
Yeah.
people in the comments were like, oh, he's trying to slide down.
nah, he's not trying to slide. He's already know he's a lock over there.
Yeah, I don't think that really matters. I don't really care for the NFL so much as far as like liking a team. I just cheer for Ohio State players. So I don't really, as long as they go to.
So what do you think about CJ Stroud?
I'm a big CJ Stroud guy. I struggled in college. I think he could have used his legs a little bit more. Obviously, it's a different game than the NFL, but I think in times he needed to use his legs some more and didn't. You can see in the Georgia game that he did use them, and it was a little bit more effective. But I thought he was going to do really well in Houston. I didn't think he'd do so well this year.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can get him a solid receiver, too, to help him out. Tank Dell's not bad. Nico Collins kind of emerged, but I think they
Yeah.
could use somebody else to
Yeah.
propel that.
He's in our division, so I'm not a big fan of him, but he's a hell of a ball player.
When they're talking about him getting, or Saquon Barkley being attached to the Texans too, or interested in going to Houston.
I hope
So
not.
that would be that'd be a big add too. But what about college football? College football wise, Gabe.
Go Gators.
Go Gators! All right. So, any predictions on how that? Any predictions on how that goes this year?
Undefeated. National championship. Dub.
There's no way you actually
so
believe that,
much.
right?
I do believe it. It's going to happen.
All right. So week 1 versus Miami. What's the score? Give me a score prediction.
Score prediction.
Score prediction. 50-0 Gators.
Yeah, you were the most unrealistic Gator fan I've ever heard.
Unrealistic. What do you mean?
We'll skip
He
that.
said 50.
National champ.
Just don't show
Okay.
Coach Wim this.
I
Hey,
got
in fact, you know what? We'll set it up. We're gonna go to that week 1 game.
All right,
Is it
if
in
you're
Miami?
paying, I'm going.
No,
it
it's in Gainesville.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go to that week 1 game.
All right, bet.
Maybe
Man,
maybe
It's,
Rod
it's
or,
on record, so I'm holding you to your word.
maybe Rod or BG slide you some tickets that might help out.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know if that's happening.
Maybe.
I don't think they get free tickets. Do
They can.
Yeah,
They get free tickets.
Family
Yeah.
tickets.
I don't think
They
they're
get
gonna
a
give.
certain amount of
I don't think
tickets
they're gonna
they're
give
allowed.
us family tickets, but I mean,
we'll see.
Maybe Landy might
We'll see.
Landon might have some connections, man. What about you, Landon? How do you think Miami does this year?
Another. I'm gonna give them a 10-win season.
10-win season.
10-win season.
You like the addition of Cam Ward?
I do. I really do. Even though I think Cam Ward, he may not be the end all to everything, but he's a big addition to what we had last year.
What about you, Josh?
So I'm more NFL driven,
Okay.
but I do have a college team. It's the Missouri Tigers. I'm from Missouri, from St. Louis.
That hurts.
But
I just remember that whooping they gave us. It was a
Yeah.
little rough.
I mean, they have them sparks every 1 or 2 years, but they don't have the recruiting like the other SEC teams have.
They got a few good recruits this past year. I think they got one of the top defensive ends off the board, and
I think they did.
yeah, and they got a nice little. I like Coach Drinkwitz. He's got a nice little thing going.
Yeah,
out there.
they're getting better, but
It's tough to compete, 100%.
it is.
100%.
It's tough.
You don't have the donors that schools like Florida or Alabama or whoever has, so it's tough to compete. But I think they got things.
But
turned the right
I'm
way.
happy with the season they just had.
Especially Luther Burden over there is going to be a monster. If they have I don't know. That quarterback that they had was a senior, I believe. So I don't know
I think,
if
I
he'll
think he's
stay.
staying.
Maybe he might be, but I don't
Brady
know.
Cook, is that his name? Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brady Cook. He's undecided right now.
Okay, so that Luther Burden guy is insane. So we'll see.
Thought I saw someone on Instagram that he's staying.
He might be. I will see.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Well, I
don't know.
mean, right now he should have had a decision. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if he
Yeah,
isn't,
he's probably
announced for the
probably
NFL.
staying, and then yeah, they should be good this year. I think they got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
As an Ohio State fan, obviously we just had a massive off season, so hopefully we can turn it around and do something with it and not blow any games to a few teams in particular. But
Michigan. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
we didn't have to say that. We got a tough game. We play Oregon at Oregon week like 5 or 6, so that'll be tough.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. We got a lot of talent, so we'll see how it goes. But going back to Orange Park, right? So as far as what we have going on here now, what do we got going on here? Like as far as how are we trying to improve Orange Park?
Right now, we're trying to renovate the field house. There's not too many schools that have a field house for football. I'm trying to fix these floors in the weight room and just fix it all up, get it looking nice. Hopefully some people will come in after we do that.
Yeah, so as an alumni, I'm sure this looked a lot different throughout the years. I wasn't here in 2000.
Oh, those are the same benches we had, man.
Oh, I remember those. I remember, we had those old benches, but it's definitely progressed throughout the years, and it definitely needs a nice touch up and nice cleanup, and
Definitely.
something that Orange Park has that, like Gabe said, not a lot of teams have around the.
I don't think anybody else in Clay County has a field house.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, they don't.
So obviously something that we kind of cherish and hopefully can touch up and make look better. But we are currently running a fundraiser. It's op90for90.com. If you or anybody you would know would be willing to donate and help us out, raise some money to help these kids and try to get some better student athletes or more student athletes in here to help us propel our program. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Any final thoughts?
Good.
None? Josh, you got anything?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on, and this is the end of our first episode of Raiders Log, and we will catch y'all next time.